Hello, how are you doing? Sorry I was missing in action last week. Um, I am working hard to get back onto my YouTube every Tuesday schedule. That seems to be the best for me. This week, I hope you had a good week last week, and I hope your week is starting off well this week. What we're going to discuss this week is needle felting. Needle felting is taking wool and basically you're almost using the needle and the wool as paint on your felt hats. It doesn't have to be just hats, whatever you're using your felt for, you can do this. And it's just another way to be creative with your creations. Yeah, instead of painting it, why not needle felt it? And what we're going to use today, the tools we're going to need are these bad boys. You can use finger thimbles. I believe these might be leather. Make sure you use the rubber ones if you don't have any leather or pleather finger protectors. You can easily purchase, the rubber thimbles will do just fine from Amazon. I believe they're like $5 or less. We will also need some wool. You can get this. Where did I get this? I got this on Etsy because I like the multicolors. You can get them in solid colors, but I like the multicolors. And we will need needles. Now, if you decide to purchase a needle felting kit, like the one I'm holding here, this was also via Amazon. It will come with different size needles. We have medium, we have large, and we have small. And the reason for the different needles is because if you're working with small details, tiny details, then use a small needle. If you're working with larger pictures, then you use a larger needle. Now, the difference is today we're only going to use a single needle to do what we need to do. You see that, what I'm holding up there? That's a single needle. But you do have this, it looks almost like some sort of needle prong. This has about how many? I think it's 7 needles, if I'm not mistaken. This is to cover a wider area, not for fine detailing. You use a single needle for fine detailing, and you use the needle prong or fork for wider areas. So, and then we will need our felt hat, and you will need a styrofoam head. Don't use your pretty canvas heads because you're going to puncture holes all in it. With this, you can puncture as many holes as you need to in it, and you're not messing anything up. The styrofoam heads are pretty inexpensive as well. And you'll need a brush, like a felting brush. And I believe that's it. Yeah. And it's optional using a stencil. If you are not, an artist, you don't have to be, you can easily get a stencil. So you see this stencil I used here of a couple, man and woman, kissing. You see that there? Yeah. I just used that, and with a pencil, I traced that same picture on this hat. So can you see them kissing there? Now, the darker areas are the areas where I already started felting. And the shallow areas, I'm going to do a couple of those with you today. That's with my pencil. So you want to take a pencil and either freehand draw whatever you would like or use a stencil. And then once you've drawn your picture on your felt material, then you go in and you felt in what you traced, okay? Or you sketched. Now, I'll let you know that there's a difference in the type of material you use for this to be more successful. This felt that we're doing today is velour. It's very, very soft and it's not stiffened. This is also felt, but it's stiffened, it's hard. This is also has been needle felted. You see the two women there with the afros. This was difficult. I broke probably about 20 needles trying to do this, because when you use your needle on hardened, stiffened material, your needle will pop. It's not very easy to do. I mean, it's easy to pop your needle, but it's not very easy to do needle felting. Okay. Now the brush, I would say if you have to brush your hat, make sure you brush it before you start to felt. This is very important. You don't want to brush after you felt, because if you brush after you felt, look what happens. You're going to start to manipulate what you just spent all that time putting in. You can actually start to take apart what you felted. You see? Her afro is now becoming a relaxer. her hair is getting flatter. Okay, so make sure you do all your brushing of your felt before you start to needle felt. Okay, all right, so let's get going here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit of my material and I'm gonna work on her eye here. Wait, okay, that's a little felt. I guess I'm gonna work on her eyelash. Is it? Is that felt? It's so tiny. Okay. So that's her eyelid, eyelash area. And you really want to take as little and as thin material as that area. You can also fold it. You want to make sure it matches that area. Yeah. Okay. So now that I have it positioned, I'm now going to start to basically push this felt into that area. Can you see there? Okay. And the needle's just pushing it in. When you poke the needle down, I'm poking it straight in. You don't want to poke it and then bend the needle because you are sure to pop it. Now, if you bust up your needle, it's okay. That's why you have extra. You know, I'm multitasking today. I'm not in the lens because I'm dyeing my hair. I'm like, while I'm waiting for my hair to process, I can do a video. I tell you, you gotta find time to do stuff because I was trying to figure out when was I gonna do another video. Okay, so you see there, it's in. And really, guys, that's it. It's not difficult. And start with something simple. You know, don't start off by tracing a Van Gogh painting or anything like that. Start with something simple and then build up to doing things that are detailed. Okay? You're going to have much more fun. But I know how it can be because sometimes I'm ambitious and I'm like, I want to do, I want to paint something, I don't know, a landscape or something. Don't start off with anything too complicated or that needs too much detail. Okay. Now with the lashes, I definitely want it to look like lashes. This is going to be interesting, right? To create all these little tiny lashes. Oh yeah, okay, I can fold some of this. Let's see. Let me see. You know what? Let me do this. I have this here. Okay, one lash down. Okay, I think I'm in the business of false eyelashes here. Unless, let's see, what can I do? Maybe I can do something a little, I don't have to do individual lashes, but if I do something that kind of creates a shadow of a lash, no, I don't want it to look like a black eye. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of take off my gloves for a minute so I can manipulate my wool. I don't want to give her really long lashes. Unless, let's see, unless Okay, it's kind of looking like lashes. Kind of. You know, I actually took a lash extension class. I think it was only like, it was a full day. I don't think it was 2 days. Both kit, class. I have not done anybody's lashes since that class. It wasn't for me. It was just way too tedious. So I do respect all the the really good detailed lash extension techs out there who take care of your lashes. You know, they just don't put those lashes anywhere, causing yours to break off. So I appreciate a good lash tech. And I've had a couple in the past that were really good. Now I just buy lash extension mascara, call it a day. But I mean, I believe I used to go to someone to put on my lash extensions for 10 years straight. Yeah, 10 years. So I was really into the lashes. It wasn't until COVID, honestly, that I started wearing lash extension, like strip lashes. I would buy a whole case from Amazon, you know, because I felt like such a cancer patient not having them in. And I developed an allergy to them, to the adhesive, the lash adhesive. Even the magnetic, they were not magnetic. I mean, they were still, even though they said, you know, they didn't have in their adhesive what others did, they still had something. And I found out people who are allergic to lash glue, and it doesn't have to be latex glue, because I know some people have a latex allergy. They said you're allergic to the chemical that causes the adhesive to cure. That yeah. So, yeah. So I just stopped messing with it. So you see, I'm giving her shadow lashes. I think this might be. Oh, look. There's some up there, too. Okay. So do you guys get the picture? I hope so. I'm gonna at least do her other eye. You see the lashes there? We put them in. Not perfect. Should I do one more lash? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you see her lashes there? What I'm gonna try to do, these don't have to be, because her head's at an angle, so. Yeah, we're just creating, well, let me see. Okay, I think I need to be a little bit more detailed here. I said don't start with something detailed, and look what I'm doing. I'm doing something detailed, right? But this is not as detailed as it could be. I've seen some really intense, detailed needle felting. Much respect to the needle felters out there. Much respect. Let's see, am I doing this right? If you don't feel like you're doing it right, you can easily just take it out. Start over. Okay. Doing her lashes really help you now tell, who's who in this photo. I'm just making, and you can spin it too. Please ignore my nails. I took off my gel because I had on short gel nails, right? I didn't have on long gel nails. And this was like the nail polish was gel. I didn't have on fake nails, just the gel manicure. And my nails starting to break in the middle, like all the way down, and I have a short nail. I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm thinking, because every time I would need to go, they'd have to file them. And I'm like, my nails are already short. Why are we filing? And I know they do it because, it's faster than letting them soak in acetone. But I'm like, you know what? This is not for me. This is not for me. I'm really like, so opposed to the drilling, to take off nail polish. I'm like, no, this is not what I wanted. You're just making my nails even more thinner. Even more thinner. I didn't want that. So, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm going to show y'all my nails next week. Or the week after. I'm going to buff them down. I also, you know what? Before I became a hairstylist, I went to this school to be certified as a nail technician. Yep. Surely did. I think now, do you have to be licensed in some states to be a nail technician? You should. But, yeah. You most definitely should. getting my felt in order. Okay. Come here. Come here. Maybe I should have it going this way. Yeah. Yeah, I think them coming this way looks better. To just reposition the lashes a little bit. Okay. Guys, I finished one of my fedoras. I'll show you before this video is over. And it took me a couple of days, and I was being too rough with it, and I ripped a little bit of the velour. Velour is pretty sturdy, but I ripped it because I was trying to take a seam out, and I used a scissor. No, it's just a little too rough. Yeah, my fault. But what I decided to do, I'm not gonna sell it. I'm just gonna wear it. The sewing mistakes are so, you know, another sewer would pick it up right away. But I shouldn't say sewer, another hat designer or milliner would pick it up right away. Unless I sell it and say, name your price and it's yours. And of course, still tell them about the imperfections. Or I think I'm gonna just wear it. I hate having to explain to people, because then it's just, then they'll say, oh, it should be free. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know. I think I would go for a deal like that. You know what I mean? If I liked something and somebody said, name your price, I'd be like, yeah. What are you thinking, guys? How is this looking? I think I need a stronger eyelid for her. Okay. And look, I'm up here talking about protecting the fingers. I took off my finger protectors because you don't want to have to get a tetanus shot. Okay. Yeah, so I think you guys get the picture, right? I think you do. All right. So that's it for our needle felting class. And please, if you did something needle felted, please send me a photo, or I don't know, can you put photos in comments? Or if not, just describe what you needle felted. I'd love to hear about it. So to show you the fedora that I made, this is her over here. Come hither. All right. Let me just grab this real quick. Here we go. Let me move this out the way. Yeah. So I used cowhide and the eyes for the eyes of the fedora. Feathers. I'm not going to show you the, well, yeah, I can show you the mistake. Back here, yeah, it's like a hole in the fedora. You see that hole there? It's tiny, but it's there. I know it's there. Yeah, so this is going to be a hat for me. I put my logo in there. Toast hats. Look at that, guys. Yeah, so I learned a lot with this hat. And I just have to see, I can't see my mistakes as mistakes. I have to see them as learning lessons so as not to do it again. And trust me, my next fedora hat, similar to this, will not have the same mistakes. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week. See you next week. Ciao.